Hey there, humans. This is Strictly Strings, page 33. Pretty excited. We get to learn 3 big new ideas, but keep practicing things that we just learned on pages 30 and 32. First thing is the whole note. And if you're in a 4/4 time signature, that whole note is going to get 4 beats. Ta. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on and so forth. Now, of course, the tempo could be fast or slow. Doesn't matter. A whole note's gonna get 4 beats. We get some new dynamics. We've done some loud stuff and some soft stuff. Now we get to do some of the more nuanced things because we know that not everyone's always loud and not everyone's always soft. There's stuff in between. So we have 2 dynamics to introduce. One's called Mezzo Forte. Whenever you see the double Z, it's just like pizza. Mezzo, pizza. Mezzo Forte, medium loud, roughly, kind of a normal speaking voice. Mezzo Piano, which would be medium soft, or maybe the way you would talk in class if you weren't very disruptive, but you were engaging with the people around you, something of that nature. And then the last thing we get to cover is we've done staccato, and we've done accents, and we've done a few combinations of those types of bowings, and now we get legato. And legato means really smooth or flowing, so our fingers become like jellyfish tentacles, and we want to make sure that the sound is constantly being created and there aren't any absences of sound or spaces in between the sound. Legato is smooth. So let's take a look at what they've given us here on page 33 to learn about those things. Now, number 1 actually doesn't go over any of the things on the top of that page. It's really just a review of what we learned on page 32, the dotted quarter note and the F natural. Let's go ahead and say the note names in rhythm. This is number 1, and let's take all of the repeats. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 D E F E G. Repeat. C and 2 D E F E G. B section. 1 and 2 and F G F A. Repeat. D E F G F A and E F G A G B E F G A G B. D section. F G A B C C F G A B C C. We're in the key of C major. On page 32, we learned the C major scale. We worked on those low second fingers. F natural, C natural for the violins and the violas, second finger for those cellos, and second finger for basses, except for with a massive gap because everything on bass is massive. We also learned about the dotted quarter note. You might have heard me counting after saying the note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That subdivision is always moving in our body to make sure that we're filling the space correctly. Don't want to be random. Really hard to organize any event if you just say, come whenever on whatever day and whatever month. I'm sure it'll be a great time. You want to make sure you're specific when you are counting rhythms. So let's look at number 2. Number 2 is pretty easy to play in the sense that you don't have to do a whole bunch of new notes, but they're giving you some new ideas. So we learned slurred staccato on page 29. So you see you're doing 4 down bow A's. Now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to help you make a good sound from frog to tip. So you're going to go down, 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 down. And as you're doing that, you're trying to move your entire bow because the instructions are WB, whole bow. And then on the up bow, you're going to hold that note for 4 counts. Down, 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 up. And essentially, you're doing the same speed for the down bow as the up bow because measure 1 equals 4 beats, measure 2 equals 4 beats. It's just written differently for the eyes, but the bow has to move the same distance from frog to tip because you only have 1 bow for each measure. You notice it's the same for the B section, just a different note. And then for section C and D, they're like, okay, Now we're going to teach you what a whole note bowing feels like, but without actually looking at a whole note. So section C, we have 4 downs, down, 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 staccatos, and then you have 4 ups, but just a smooth slur. Ya, da, 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 down, 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 da, 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 da. So you're training your arm to feel rhythms, you're training your eyes to see rhythms, and you're making sure that you're able to make a nice sound from every part of your bow. Here is page 33, number 2. Ready? I'll air bow and play the note at the same time. Ready, set, number 2. A, to repeat. Here's the B section and down, 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 up, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 up, 2, 3. Section C, a little harder. You ready? Find the note. We're playing a scale, and it's a different note with each bow. It's very hard, very hard. Ready? C, D, E, F, G, F, E, repeat. Down, 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 up. Good news is, same thing for section D. Get ready with G. This time it's smooth for 4 notes, and then slurs staccato for 4 ups. Ready, set, section D. G, A, B, C, D, C, B, A, G, A, B, C, D, C, B, A. Training our bow arm is very important to feel time and to feel distance. What a great exercise to review and go over until you can make a really great sound, really consistent sound, and also make sure the sound sustains for the full value. Remember, you need 4 beats of sound. You can't just run on a bow and hang out for 2 beats of silence. You're committed to this note for 4 full beats because it's a whole note. Let's look at number 3. What's nice about the rest of this page is you get to practice all these skills with really, really nice pieces of music. This is Sakura, and we have no sharps, no flats in the key signature, so everything is natural. We have F natural and C natural. I don't even have to say it because there's nothing in the key signature, but I do have to say it because for the last 4 or 5 months you've been playing with F sharps and C sharps. We have fortes, we have pianos, we have mezzo fortes, and we have mezzo pianos. We have ritardandos. We're going to slow down. Excuse me. And we're going to have a fermata at the last note. We also get to skip some notes, which is pretty challenging. Sometimes it's stepwise, meaning one after the other, and sometimes you have to leap around. Important to notice when you're making a leap so that your brain can predict where your left hand has to go. So here we go. This is Sakura. I recommend the first time through that you either clap the rhythms or you say the note names in rhythm, just so you can get your body ready to add all the other elements with your left and right hand. Here we are. Ready, set, say it, and A, B, A, B, A, B, C natural because there's no sharps, B, A, B, A, F natural because there's no sharps, E, C, F natural, E, C, B. Now this is tricky because violins and violas, B is a high second finger on the G string. You'll remember that B flat would be low 2, but B natural is nice and high. So violins have the added problem of having low second fingers on the D and the A string, but a high second finger on the G string. For the cellos, of course, you have low second finger, F natural, C natural, but on the G string you have third finger B. That was a lot of instruction. Now let's keep going. The next measure starts piano on open A. A, B, C natural, B, A, B, A, F natural, E, C, E, F, E, C, B, A, B, A, natural, B, A, F natural, E fermata. Done. So say the note names in rhythm, clap the note names in rhythm, maybe air bow through when you listen to it again in rhythm. I'm going to play it one more time, and this way you can hear it fully in rhythm. I won't take any random pauses to explain things. Here is Sakura, one more time. Feel free to play with your bow if you're ready, but if not, do pizzicato, or keep saying note names or keep clapping. Remember, you do you. We're all in different places, and the most important thing is that you keep trying and you keep working your way to getting better. Here we go. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fermata. Nice to see all your skills turn into such lovely music. That continues, but with a very different energy, and si lindo. The next piece, you have a different time signature. It's 3/4, so we have 3 beats per measure. You'll notice no whole notes, because the biggest note you can have is a dotted half note. That's worth 3 beats. You'll also see that you have a dotted half note tied to a quarter note. Remember, when you see a tie, you don't re-articulate that next note. For example, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3, tie, done. It's tied together, so you only make one sound. Okay, we have a couple of other things to look at. We have accents. We have lower half of the bow for when you start in that second line. We have the reminder, it's a C natural, because there's only one sharp in the key signature, which means every F is an F sharp, but every C is just a C. And then you also have slurred staccato, F sharp to open D. You have some eighth notes, and you have a lift at the end for the repeat. This is a lot of stuff to do. Let's go ahead and start by encouraging you to either clap or say the note names in rhythm. Ready? Here we go. Ready, set, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Rest, rest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Rest. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. Repeat note names this time. And B2, 3. A2, G, E2, 3. 1. Rest, rest. A2, 3. A2, G, B, G2, 1. Rest. D, E, E, D, E, E, D, C, C, A, F sharp, D, E, D, A, B, B, A, G. Done. Now let's do one time with the bowings. I'm going to move my arm to make sure that I'm filling the notes with sound. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ready, set, and 1, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. 1. Rest, rest. Down, 2, 3. Up, 2. Down, up, down. 1. Lower half. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and done. Rhythm is challenging, the note reading is challenging, the bowing's challenging. So what do? Break it down. Find those measures that are uncomfortable for you and just work on one of those ideas. If saying the note names is hard, just keep saying them in rhythm with the recording. If clapping the rhythms is hard, keep clapping it until you feel comfortable with how this goes and how the counting works. If you have a hard time with the bowings, air bow it. Or just try playing just certain measures until you have that feature figured out. Then you put it all together. And while you're practicing that, go ahead and pause, work through everything, and then when you're ready, here comes the next one. This is Simple Gifts. Page 33, number 5. Now here's where we finally get to see the new rhythm that we were learning, the whole note. You'll see it in a couple of places. It's going to get 4 beats. You also get to hear the word legato, because this song is very smooth, very beautiful, very resonant, very peaceful. So we have sort of a gentle feeling. We don't want notes to be sharp or short or accented. And you might like the way that sounds, but that's not what they're asking you to do here. What they're asking here is for a nice, smooth, connected sound. We also get the Mezzo Forte, meaning we're not shouting from the top of a mountain, but we're also not whispering. We're just having a nice, normal conversation with folks that we care about. You'll see that we have some slurs where you have a dotted half note slurred to a quarter note. So you have to measure your bow. Ta-da. Make sure you have enough bow for that final note and that you sustain the sound for the full time of those beats. We have a mezzo piano towards the end. We have a ritardando and we have a fermata. Lots of fun new skills that we've been picking up on pages 30 and 32 and now here in 33. So let's go ahead and say the note names. This is Simple Gifts. Ready? Ready, set, and D, D, G, G, A, B, G, B, C natural, D, D, C natural, B, A, G, A, G, A, B, A, F sharp, D, D, G, G, A, B, B, C, D, C, B, A, B, B, A, G, 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 lift, D, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, A, B, C, B, A, G, 2, 3, A, B, B, C, D, C, B, A, B, A, D, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, A, B, B, C, D, C, B, A, B, A, G, G, G fermata. Nice job. You have the opportunity to clap or say the note names. Now, if you're going to start doing pizzicato or utilizing the left hand in any way, you want to make sure that you've also checked in with that key signature. Did you notice? All the F's were F sharp. All the C's were C's, because there's only one sharp in the key signature. Now, there's one other interesting feature. Once you add that left hand, you'll notice that in measure 4, or measure 5, my pardon. In measure 5, you have fourth finger A, and then you have open A, and then back to fourth finger A. Now that's mostly just to help you with that skill. That's not normally how one would play a piece of music if you're trying to make it sustained and consistent and legato. It's just there to help you learn that fourth finger A one more time as a teaching tool. You'll notice that the cellos that you get to shift to do that fourth finger A as well. Depending on what notes are before or after the A, kind of makes sense if you will or will not use the fourth finger, but for now, go ahead and follow the fingering in the book because it's there. And you may as well practice it because it's good for you. All right, we're going to play it one more time. You can either say the note names again, you can pizzicato, you can just pause the video and work on some things that are challenging for you. You could air bow and try and get all the slurs together. You could do anything that you need to feel comfortable with this piece. But if you'd like to hear what it sounds like all the way through, I'll go ahead and play the piano part along with it. And here is Simple Gifts. Ready? 1, ready, and 1, and 2, and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Lift your bow, third line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Last line and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And that is Simple Gifts. And that is page 33. A lot of stuff to learn. Remember, if it's your first time, you're not going to learn this in 20 minutes. You're going to need to stop the video. You're going to have to practice a lot of these things. Probably going to take you at least a week to kind of understand some of these concepts and another couple of weeks to just get your fingers to go to the right places automatically. Remember how long it took you to get food in your mouth. All of your parents have pictures of you with spaghetti all over your face as you made the effort to get all those noodles towards your face. Well, now that you're 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, you've gotten better at eating. Well done. Although you and I both know, sometimes it still bounces off and goes on the floor, and sometimes you still consider eating it after that's happened. It takes time. Be nice to yourself. Learning is a process, and it's a struggle, and it's good for you because challenges show us what our potential is, what our potential can be. Let's fill our potentials, and remember that if you do practice every day, by the end of the year, you'll be taller.